that Dame Dash interview, I think that sent, although the message was pure and it was a good message, I think it sent a level of confusion through the market.
Oh, I agree.
I think that it kind of put people in a position not to understand that you can do this, one hand wash the other, both wash the face, you know? And I think some people who say your name with the corporate tag attached to it, I think they lean on those kind of moments.
Props.
Word.
Give a fuck about props. I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using this.
You don't own it.
But
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
How you what to my son?
Whatever you
Shares
working
of this
for.
company? I
Yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
How? Because I own shares of this company.
You bought her?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to
full
you?
company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
wait,
shares
stop.
of this company.
Listen.
What do you think about that Dame Dash interview and what that may have done to the market of misinformation?
I love the Dame Dash conversation. I think the essence of what he said is true. You know, you do want ownership. Like,
right.
You know, you should have ownership in something. I don't believe in necessarily belittling the employees, you know, because we all got to start somewhere. And if you're a boss, you got to have people that work with you.
Yeah,
right?
period. It's a collaborative
I like to say
effort.
work with you instead of for you.
Yeah,
but
it's a collaborative effort. Everything.
So if you got people that work with you, if they feel like, you know, you have that mentality, like you're looking down on them or you think that they, you know, less
that's a
than,
problem.
they may not want to ride for you as hard. But I think we gotta take a step back when we have these conversations about ownership because, you know, Jay-Z, I pointed to this interview that Jay-Z did with Kevin Hart.
Steve Jobs owned 1% of Apple. I mean, now 1% of a $3 trillion company, right? But if you look at his percentage, you're like, 1%? Ha. We've been trained to look at the percentage of something you own. It ain't what you own. You can own 100% of nothing. It's whatever the strategy calls for. LVMH was a brilliant strategic partner for me. Like we were doing this out of our office. Like there's no one that looks like us in Champagne. So you're not breaking in there from New York City. Now I could have said, I want to own 100% of this thing. Or I can own 50% of it and take this and push it even further. That was right for that specific situation. But there's some things that you want to own forever and you want to pass down to your kids. And I own 50% of it. So it's still an asset that I can pass down to my kids. The idea really is to create these things and these foundations that you can pass on to the next generation. And they can build and take it even.
On Heart for Heart, because I think he broke it down so simply. Some people are so happy having ownership of 100% of nothing. So would you rather have 100% ownership of a company that makes, you know, let's just say $100,000 a year? So that's your $100,000.
Right.
Or would you rather have, you know, 10%, 20%, 30%, 51% ownership of a company that's making multi-million dollars a year?
That's what I'm saying.
Like you do the math.
Right.
Like that equity can still go to my kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's all about the capital. So there's plenty of things that I have equity in. Everything ain't 51% equity. Black Effect is 51% equity with iHeart.
Right.
But some things are 10%, some things are 20%. You know, when I do a TV show, it might be 15%.
Right.
But all I need is the capital.
Exactly.
'Cause when you get that capital, that real capital, now I can go out here and execute some things
and
straight
scale
out of my
some
pocket.
things. Yes.
You know,
yes.
by the way, which I do all the time.
Yes.
Like, you know, there's plenty of investments that I use my capital
right
to launch.
Right.